So today's question is a gate. It's a little bit different to the last gate that we did, and it's a little bit more difficult, but most of the basics of it are the same. So it's sort of like a gate that you might have at the end of a garden, or sometimes they have them on walking paths and stuff like this. So we'll start off again with the basic rectangle in which to draw it. So it's 160 long and 140 high, and it seems to be easy enough to fit on the page. So there's my two start off lines. Okay, so 160 comes across to here. Again, my pink line means I'm doing it light, so I'm not worried if I've gone a little bit too far, and I'll go up to 140. Okay, so that's that. So what we'll do first is we'll draw the two uprights, and I'll probably heavy them in as I go. So basically they're 15, so they're two 15mm posts that basically the gate is made out of. Okay, so we take a black marker and we heavy in those. Okay. So I'm then going to draw the three cross rails. I think that might be the easiest thing to break it down into the various parts. So they're 15mm. And the bottom one is also made out of 15mm post. It's a 45mm gap, so 15 and 45 is 60, and then another 15mm. So we'll draw these two cross rails to start off with. Okay, and then we have a top one, which is basically 10mm down. And the top one is a slightly different thickness. I made it out of a thinner piece of timber, so it's only 10mm. Okay, so at that stage, I'll just heavy from here down. I can draw all the cross members in. Okay, so we're happy enough with that. With 15 and 45 gap, 15, and then I come down 10 and a 10mm gap. So then I'm going to draw these upright members, styles that I have here. So they're simple enough that they're 10mm apart. So the easiest thing there is put your set square in one spot and mark a little dot at every single centimetre. Okay, so well, I could heavy them in as I go, because literally it's every single mark. There's no thinking about it. So as long as I keep them a centimetre apart, I could heavy them in at this stage. So a little bit of shading will help to distinguish which ones are there and which one are air gaps. Okay. So the only really difficult bit of this question is just the taper of the angles here, and it's just that you try not to get confused. Basically there's two angled pieces here, and we know that there's a 25mm gap here. Now we can assume that if there's a 25mm gap, maybe I'll do these in an orange or something different just to stand them out. Okay, so there's a 25mm gap on this side and a 25mm gap here, which we're told it must be the same on the bottom, 25 and 25. So the only thing we need to be careful of is that we join the right points to the right point. So it's this point here will join to this one. So I'll do it lightly first. So there's an orange, and then this one here will join to this one. So obviously it's important that we don't accidentally get them mixed up. And then this one here, which one will join to? This one. Okay, we're happy enough. And then this one here will join to this one. So that's it. And then again, just be careful which one is heavy. So this one here is the one that we can see at the front. Probably a cross having joint for any that do woodwork. We'll join it together. And this one here, you won't heavy in the middle. Okay. And that's the question done. Is there anything else in that? So again, what I do is do a little bit of shading. Just be careful with the shading. I probably start with these ones here first, just to make sure that you pick out the right styles. And then obviously it's an air gap, and then another rail, and then an air gap. And then we can shade these. Okay, so you can see I'm doing it fairly quickly. I'm just holding the pencil at an angle. Right, you could spend a little bit more time. I'm not wasting too much time for the video, but at the same time, it's not a colouring exercise. It shouldn't take you more than 2 or 3 minutes really to shade. Okay. And that's the question done.